passionate lover, wife, and mother and loyal friend, Bella Abzug fought for justice all her life. She confronted Joe McCarthy and the Ku Klux Klan.
The locals said, "Get that Jewish New York lawyer out of here."
Bella was one of 9 women among 426 men in the House of Representatives.
I come among the people and I organize them. I'm prepared to show myself and fight with them and for them all over. I used to think a great bumper sticker for Bella would be honk if you know the difference between a politician and a leader.
And it was wonderful for me to see a woman get angry.
She taught me how to lobby, and she taught me how to put on eye makeup. She wants to be a star for women.
She was a tireless campaigner for the rights of all women throughout the world. And her death in 1998 has left us to mourn a great leader.
So while Phil is queuing up the next part, the last part of the UN, which is I want you to see with Wangari Maathai and Chief Bisi, who was the Widow Board of the Widow family here, and the closure of a wonderful memorial that we had at the UN right after she died in the General Assembly, that was also on this piece. This is a quick editing job, that I did with the tech guy before we started. I just thought it would be really nice to show that the remembrances of what she, how wonderful it was for those of you who knew and worked with her and those of you who didn't. But of course we have a lot of old friends and close family, friends, work, colleagues, that she, is the passion of her work, as you know, many of you know her as long as I'm alive, the passion of her work, the spirit of her understanding of not only the domestic issues, but the international women's issues, that really, her ability to presciently understand the linkage between the domestic feminist movement and the international feminist movement, and to work to bring the global North, the global South, and all the countries together around establishing a platform for action. Many women in this country did not understand that in the early years, and I can tell you that because I saw the evolution of it. And as everybody knows, Mom was very, very bright and very prescient, and she really was driven by her passions. But in addition, she sang and she laughed and she danced, and the African contingent and the Indian contingents and the contingents from around the world love to communicate that way at the UN, as they still do today. And so the last piece, which Phil is going to pop up, we'll just show you that, and then we're going to bring it into
other women in the smallest little villages in this world realized that they could have a voice, an official voice.
I mean, don't you get upset when every time you look at the television screen, they're making decisions about what's going to happen to Europe, what's going to happen to the Soviet Union, what's going to happen in the Middle East, and all you see are men around the negotiating table? Is that the world? Is that not perhaps the missing equation as to why the world is out of balance?
But through Bella's vision, they began to get together at preparatory conferences of her own, world conferences like the one held in Florida, to strategize exactly how to function.
We can come together at these meetings, we can talk about what are your problems sitting in India or sitting in Brazil, how similar they are, and how we need to talk about them together, develop a policy that meets both our needs, and then push for it. And say, when you're setting an economic policy, you have to realize that women's health and livelihoods are central to that. So each of the conferences had a different theme. One had population and development, one had social development, one had women as its major theme, one had environment, human settlements, and each of them we kept women as central to the whole debate.
At the World Summit on the Environment in Rio de Janeiro, Bella spoke out for Mother Earth.
She was always an environmentalist. She had a deep sense of connection to the earth, and she understood very well the importance of having clean air and soil and water.
It's not just, it's the earth, it's the planet that is
got some wounds that have to be bound. The bleeding wounds of this earth were not created by women. They were created largely by men.
Bella drew women leaders from around the world into her organization, We Do, and as always, made lasting friendships.
Bella was such a great person that emphasized what is common between you and I, and never the differences between you. And that is my own imagination of Bella. Bella herself is the world.
During the conference in 1992, Bella listened to warnings of toxins in the environment that might cause breast cancer. She didn't know that she herself was harboring the disease.
I had a couple of biopsies which confirmed the fact that I did have it, and it was malignant. I took her to Boston, where I had been treated for breast cancer, and to get a second opinion. And it made even Bella laugh, I think, the impact on the doctors of this team arriving.
This must have been a first time in a career of women coming as a caucus to discuss just what was going to happen with our sister.
And I know that you can't fight for your life by yourself. You've got to fight with hundreds and thousands of others, as women are every single day.
In 1993, Bella had a mastectomy and recuperated quickly.
I went to see her when she came out of her breast surgery, and it was about a day later, and her anesthesiologist walked in and said, "What were you muttering? 20, 20, 20. She said, "Well, I was muttering, I need 20 more years to accomplish what I have to do."
Almost as if she knew she did not have 20 more years, Bella threw herself into her work, organizing for conferences in Cairo, Copenhagen, and Beijing.
Is it not time to admit that the dominant male political leadership style has to be changed?
Among her colleagues were true kindred spirits.
If we didn't want to get into politics, we must be very serious, and we must forget about the niceties. So if people shout us down and say we are this and this, let them talk. Sooner or later they'll get tired. We should just...
Bella kept on, though her health was beginning to fail. Her spine was deteriorating, and she had a heart condition that made it difficult to breathe.
Happy International Women's Day!
She continued to travel by wheelchair.
I was with her, many evenings with her in the wheelchair, and I could see that she was laboring and swollen and not looking well, breathing poorly, and it killed her to be in that wheelchair. She was very agitated about it. That wasn't Bella. Bella knew how to storm into a room and storm out of a room and chase after people in a room, and she wasn't able to do that.
To the remarkable Bella Abzug. Bella's legacy shall endure.
I will miss the friendship that was based on such honesty that it took my breath away. Hey Bella, I'm wearing a hat.
Bella said, I will continue creating more Bellas for you in the world.
I'm always meeting women who introduce themselves by saying, I'm the Bella Abzug of Russia, or I'm the Bella Abzug of Kazakhstan, or I'm the Bella Abzug of Uganda.
Bella, 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 moto, moto, Bella.
May the spirit of Bella be in our lives. Thank you.